Hello everybody and welcome to the tutorial on WaterFX for Blender. In this video I'll guide you through the process of setting up a scene with realistic water surfaces. We'll cover everything from importing the necessary files to append function, to configuring the rendering engine and depth settings for optimal results. Whether you're creating an ocean environment, a calm lake or thermal source, WaterFX has got you covered. So why WaterFX? Well, simply because I wanted to have a flexible system able to produce quality result with real-time rendering engine. And since Eevee does not support volume absorption or depth-based blending, I tried to achieve a convincing result using world geometry coordinates based on the world position height of an object. This approach can give us back the depth feedback we want, and it's really flexible, compatible with both rendering engines, and it does its jobs pretty well. So let's start with the tutorial. Okay, here we go. As you can see, we got here a pretty standard scene. I just tried to recreate seabed using Megascan's assets from the Kixel website. And then I've got an HDRI taken from HDRI Evan for the global illumination. As you can see, it will take care of the global illumination and a sunlight. So let's go to the render settings where I want to enable the ambient occlusion. This is just for aesthetic reason. I always keep it at something like 20 with a factor even 2. Okay. And of course the screen space reflection, that is what matters the most for the technology we're going to use. More specifically, we want to enable the refraction and disable the alpha trace and put the trace precision to 1 and the max roughness to 1 because we want the full range of roughness possible. Okay, so next thing, I'm gonna append the files we need from the folder where we've got on WaterFX, we've got our source file, and I want to append a collection called WaterFX collection. So what we can do now is moving our water surface in position and scale it up, something like this. And for the moment we can disable the visibility of the WaterFX surface water plane because we're gonna work on the depth. Now, as I was saying, the depth is working using a function that takes into consideration the length, the distance on the z-axis of the geometry on world position coordinates. So what we're gonna do is select one of our meshes and go into the shading tab here. Let me enable the scene light, okay, just to see it better. And as you can see, we got a pretty standard shader with just an albedo, a roughness, and a normal map that goes into a principal BSDF. We can keep this structure. What we need now, it's a node group called WaterFX depth compound that comes with the append function. And we can plug the BSDF output on the shader flow input and our diffuse in a diffuse color. Okay, and we can start previewing in the node. Okay, you can see that right now we get a depth on our object, and this depth is based on a position on the z-axis. So what's in here? This is just a compound where inside we got the regulation on our depth-based projection map, and we can create this sort of effects. We can decide the depth amount, we can even decide the z positions of the water. As you can see from the thin line on the coast, we are increasing the water level or decreasing the water level based on the position we want to put our plane. Let's suppose it's 0 for the moment. And then we got the fade amount. And what we got then is the turbidity, but we're gonna speak about this later. We'll just want to apply the same modification to all other meshes. So Right now we can re-enable the WaterFX collection, the WaterFX surface. Okay, as you can see, we got our depth information, and if we move down, we will have this kind of good looking blend that will help us in create realistic water bodies. And what we can do now is to act on the water surface itself and on the water surface shader. If you want, you can also use cycles that it's supported as well. You just have to remember to switch the feature set from supported to experimental. So I've created a subdivision surface for the water plane, and I don't know why, but my streaming was blocky at this point. So basically I just created a subdivision surface modifier and enable the feature set experimental, switch it from the supported one, and I've enabled the adaptive subdivision in the subdivision surface modifier. Thanks for watching this tutorial, guys. I hope this video has been helpful in showing you how to create water surfaces in Blender with WaterFX. Don't hesitate to contact me if you got any questions or feedback. I'll be glad to answer and help. I remind you once again that WaterFX is available for purchase on the market if you didn't already, so you can add it to your Blender toolkit today if you wish. Thanks again for watching, and happy blending.